Hello, beautiful beings. Welcome to today's reading. Today, we're going to be doing something a little different. I actually had a video planned that was more focused on your person, but then as I was starting the setup for the reading, I got guidance to change the topic. So you've clicked on it, you know what the topic is. The topic is heartbroken. The messages that you need to hear from your angels, your higher self, or your guides. Whatever resonates with you, feel for yourself where this is coming from, and let me know in the comment section what felt more true to you. Did it feel like it was coming from your higher self? Did it feel like it was more an angel, a guardian angel, or a guide that was speaking? I'd love to know in the comment section. If you are new to the Priestess Sophia, hello, welcome. Here we're all about you following your highest guidance, and your highest guidance is your intuition. How do you do that? Well, you start paying attention. So whilst you're doing picking a pile, and whilst you're watching the reading, pay attention to your body. How does your body feel? Where are you being triggered? What feels right? What resonates? Your body will tell you. Do listen to that. And if you are being triggered by something, be curious about it instead of getting into a very reactive space. Here's a chance for you to heal. Here's a chance for you to develop more discernment while watching the readings on this channel. So do take advantage of that. It's going to be the best thing you can do for yourself. If you'd like a personal reading, please do check out the description box. I'd love to read your cards. Remember, these are general readings, so we don't go into as much depth as we can if we do go into a personal reading. Alrighty, if you're new to the channel and you resonate with the vision for this channel as well with my energy, then do remember to like and subscribe. It's a great way for me to be able to tap into your energy and be able to give you a more accurate read, because you are contributing to the flow of the Priestess Sophia. All right, that's our introduction. What we're going to do today is I've already set out the piles. We've already picked tarot cards for you. So we're just going to jump straight into the reading once it starts. So now I'd like you to take a deep breath in and a slow exhale. And now close your eyes and just connect with your body. And when you open them, find yourself more grounded and centered. So this is pile 1, this is pile 2, and this is pile 3. So just take a moment to look at which pile resonates with you. A great way to decipher this, we've got sort of a snake skin kind of background for this tarot. For this tarot, we've got the traditional Rider-Waite, which has got this kind of blue check background. And then with this, we're using the Enchanted Tarot, and it's white. All right, so just take a moment. You might want to close your eyes again and just feel into which pile jumps out at you. I like to do that and just close my eyes and ask my higher self to show me which one is for me. And awesome. I'll see you in your reading. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. I am going to jump straight into the reading in about 15 seconds. But what I do want to say is, if you're new to this channel, please do like and subscribe. It's a great way for me to tap into your energy and be able to read more accurately for you. And if you'd like a personal reading, do check out the description box. And I'd also like to say, please watch the introduction if you have not yet, because in that section I talk about the values of Priestess Sophia, which is a bit different to traditional tarot groups or communities. And there's a very clear focus here, which is on your own intuition. So please do listen to that so that you get more insight into why I'm doing these readings. And remember, You don't have to take something if it doesn't resonate. All right. So we're looking at heartbroken. What are the messages you need to hear right now from your angels and your guides? Okay, so the first card you've got the Hierophant. You can see here. You've got the Three of Pentacles, upright or reverse. Reverse, okay. You've got the Daughter of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. You've got the Mother of Cups, which is the Queen of Cups. You've got the Ace of Cups. You've got the Eight of Pentacles. You have the Hermit. And then with your last card, we've got Judgment. All right, so I just want to move the cards in a way that I am feeling them to make sense, because sometimes, because I'm doing it a little bit differently this time. Okay, and then for your oracle cards, we have Psychic Awareness. That's very interesting. We've got Leadership. That's quite beautiful. Okay. And then for your mantra card, we've got Accepting Challenges. Trust your inner resources. And then we've got this 33 card. All right. So for whoever has chosen this pile, I'm already feeling this is a very, very either empath, psychics, very spiritual pile. The reason I'm saying that, we've literally got the Hierophant. We've got Leadership, we've got Psychic Awareness, which is basically the High Priestess in this Oracle deck. We've got Mother of Cups, which is the Queen of Cups, who herself is very intuitive, very empathic, exceptionally empathic, very compassionate. And we've got a lot of Cups energy. I mean, we've got 2 strong Cups energy. I mean, we've got 2 out of the 8 cards that we have. And then we also have the Hermit. Okay. So when I look at this, what is the situation at the moment? So tell me. Okay, I feel this pile has recently gone through some shadow work, because I'm seeing this with the Eight of Pentacles, but it's not your traditional kind of Eight of Pentacles, because we have the Spider. And I feel like the relationship that you've been in, if there's a relationship situation that you're asking about, it could have been specifically with someone who was kind of immature, with someone who showed up with a lot of promise and excitement, and could have been someone that you actually met at work. And this person came in very strongly as a spiritual teacher. So it could have been work related, but it could have also been someone that seemed to have shared, funnily enough, when I'm seeing Three of Pentacles like this, someone who may have seemed to have shared the same sort of values as you. So they either could have been a friend, someone you met at work, or someone you've met through a group, but seem to also really have shared the same kind of values as you. But sadly, that it became pretty clear that wasn't the case, because I'm seeing the Three of Pentacles reversed. So the mountain was actually inverted, and this person themselves needed to do a lot more work on themselves. That's one situation. The second situation that I'm seeing is that there's a connection with a child here, where there was some sort of, I want to say, some sort of disappointment around the child, some sort of challenge that happened with the child, where I'm hearing there was a conflict of interests. So this is either with a person that you're involved with, so it could be the father of the child, but there's something very strongly coming through here around that. And this situation has also led to shadow work needing to be done around that. Some of you also, that's situation 2. And then situation 3 is I'm feeling that there's movement and travel happening. And this could have actually nothing to do with the relationship. It actually looks like some of you are looking to either start some new work or build a community somehow. And you're specifically looking for collaborative sort of relationships that nourish your soul. So I'm seeing this with the Hierophant and the Three of Pentacles. And you're finding that what's necessary is that you moving from where you are and starting something new. But what is concerning you around that is the sort of difficulties in terms of the details of how that's done, what's done, what needs to happen. Okay, so that is those are the three situations I'm looking at. Across the board, you yourself are very psychically aware, or you're very intuitive, or your intuition is coming through very strongly. For some of you, I feel like you may even read tarot yourself, whether that's by yourself or whether you actually have a channel yourself. Obviously, you're interested in tarot, but there's something deeper that is developing here. And I think you really also need to trust that. That's your own ability to assess and read into situations is coming to the fore. Your own psychic awareness, your ability to decipher signs and symbols in your life. It's actually leading you to a space to trust yourself more. Okay. And this is further confirmed by this Lion card over here. So I feel like there could be a lot of sort of Leo energy, but Leo energy not necessarily because you yourself are a Leo, but just because you have that sort of confident energy that really wants to come through. This energy of being more who you are, being in the spotlight, not necessarily in the public, but spotlight in a way where you're showing up in reality and showing up to the people around you in a way that you're owning more of who you are. So that's coming through particularly strongly. And I think that is what your guides want to remind you. Whatever has happened in this situation, regardless of your situation, it's come to challenge your beliefs. So we see this this sort of lightning bolt and this crow, this black crow coming through, and you can see the crow's mouth is quite open and they're holding this key. So for me, the Hierophant here is very beautiful. It's come to unlock for yourself what your true values are. This is what I'm seeing when I see this Three of Pentacles here. Usually this is the part that we play. How do we collaborate with one another? But when I'm speaking about in this kind of context, what I'm strongly seeing here is whatever experience that you've gone through is coming as a very strong spiritual teacher in terms, and a spiritual experience, but that's teaching you a lesson in terms of you needing to evaluate your foundations. What do you believe in? What is it that you want? What is it that you want to build? What is it that you want to build upon? And this is being supported by the Judgment card underneath the Hierophant, because as we're seeing here, we're seeing like a whole lot of blackbirds and this beautiful white bird flying out to the top. So for me, that's a very strong indication that you're being pushed to separate yourself from the crowd and separate yourself from just doing what everybody else wants to do, and actually be true to yourself about what it is that you want, what you believe, what matters to you. This is even further reinforced. Your guides and your angels want you to know to trust your intuition, trust what you're seeing, trust what they're showing you, and be that leader of your life. It's really beautiful. We've got a lot of bird imagery in your reading. Just look at this. I mean, we've literally got 4 birds. We've got this white bird here, this dove here, this swan here, all 3 beautiful white birds, and then this sort of black bird, right? So what that's showing me is that whoever you've been involved with, or regardless of the 3 situations that we were looking at, whatever the players were, they were there to come and show you what it is that you kind of don't want. And also a lot of your own shadow, right? We spoke about that initially, showing you what's in the dark about yourself, things that you haven't actually been honest and truthful with yourself about. Maybe, and I'm going to be quite frank here, maybe there's some sort of deceptive behavior that you have towards yourself. Maybe there's some sort of manipulation that you've also engaged in that actually hasn't been beneficial for you. And what Spirit is saying is that it's time for you to be truthful about that. Where are you not actually being who you are. I feel that this experience has made you want to draw into a sort of, to retreat, to retract, and avoid any sort of interaction with other people, which is fine. I think there is some sort of time that's needed to allow for that. But what I'm really feeling that's coming through very strongly, because we have this leadership card and we have this lion card. This lion card talks about, this is not about a time to lie back and rest. It's really about stepping out, like we see with this judgment card here and this bird flying, stepping out and owning your life and reclaiming your life and reclaiming what matters to you. And not being afraid to let people hear your roar, because it's so important right now for you to let that roar be what it is and be unique in that way. There's no longer a space for you to retreat from life, from what's happening in life. I feel that you're a very giving person. You may have had a tendency to overgive in relationships and care very much for others, and maybe that hasn't really been reciprocated. It's a very beautiful part of you, and this isn't a part that needs to be hidden or a part that needs to be judged. It's actually a part that really needs to be nurtured. So when we look at these three cards together, and we look at the swan here in the middle and at this bird flying out and the Ace of Cups, I feel that this is something that you need to acknowledge more in yourself. I don't feel like maybe you've necessarily respected this as a gift that you have, that your nurturing, empathic, intuitive nature is something that needs to be respected and looked after. So we can see that it needs to be looked after here with the Hermit, showing like this tortoise shell. And when you do that, it's going to allow you to step more into what your purpose is and your right path and the direction that your life should be walking and the path that you should be walking. I feel that you already, pile one, you already have an inkling of what it is that you need to do, but it's really about trusting the signs, trusting the nudges. Your mantra for this reading, what we've got here, is accepting challenges. Trust your inner resources. So whatever situation you've been in now, whether that's been that you've realized you want to move on to spaces where you're working and living and creating and meeting with people who are more like-minded, whether that is you've been in a relationship that's triggered a lot of shadow work within you, and whether that is that you've had a situation around a child where there's been a conflict of interest. It's really about seeing what has happened as a teacher and as a means of liberation. There are patterns and things. For some of you, it's patterns. For some of you, it's people. For some of you, it's just old ways of doing things. This over here that needs to be left behind. And if you can do that, it's going to spark a new love and a new lease on life for you. You're really being gifted a new opportunity right now, pile one. Your guides, your angels, they want you to know that this that's happened to you, it's there for you to open your heart up. It's not about you closing your heart. It's about you learning to respect your heart. It's about you learning to respect your intuitive nature. It's about you learning to nurture yourself and nurture that loving nature of yours and respecting and valuing it as something that should be respected and valued, and not something that just should be used and abused and used on people who don't really appreciate it, used on people who don't see it as a gift. So if you can do that, I do feel that the world is just going to open up for you in a way that it hasn't before. You're being asked to see your sensitivity, pile one, as a beautiful gift, as a gift that is going to strengthen you, and to accept what life is showing you, to accept the challenges that come your way. A lot of the time when we're these sensitive, empathic people, whether you're an HSP, whether you're an empath, whether you're psychic yourself, other people do not understand how it is that you perceive the world. But you've come here for a bigger purpose. Your souls come here to understand certain things. You know this about you. So respect that about you. If you can do that, you're going to step in a way where you are guiding others, leading others in your own way. Whether that is in the work that you do, whether that is in you having specific sort of collaborative partnerships and building a community, whether that is moving into a new place of work, whether that is in the type of relationships that you start drawing in, you really are being asked to, through accepting what life has shown you and trusting. You see this beautiful light here and you see this beautiful light here. Whatever has happened, whatever has caused the heartbreak that you are now processing, it's there coming as a light to show you where you need to go. It is the light guiding you. So do trust that. Even here, when you see this tortoise pulling back, we've got this light here. Trust where you're being pulled to. Trust what lights you up. You're ready for it. You're ready for it. You're ready for something bigger. And I feel that whatever time that you are watching this reading, you've literally, I don't even feel like you're on the precipice of something. I feel like you're already walking it. So keep walking that path and keep trusting what it is that you need to do. There's a lot of love that you've got to give, and the universe wants to bring that love in and is showing that love in for you. But you need to trust that you and you alone are the leader of your life. Trust your instincts. Trust your intuition, pile one. All right, so now I'm going to draw I've got this book over here. It's called the Daily Guidance from Your Angels, just to see what kind of other message is coming through for you, pile one. And if you haven't yet, do remember to like and subscribe. And if you'd like a personal reading, do check out the description box. And I'd be happy to read your cards for you. All right, pile one, let's see what's coming up as a message for you. Wow, isn't that beautiful? 111. That just echoes this beautiful energy of the Ace of Cups, talking about some sort of new beginning, a new path, you renewing yourself and being more yourself. And the message is, give yourself a pat on the back. Everyone needs acknowledgement and praise. We angels continuously bestow our positive words upon you, but you may not hear or believe them without a human voice acknowledging your efforts too. The recognition that you need the most comes from yourself. Oh, have we not been talking about how we need to respect our gifts and how we need to know that what we have to give is valued, pile one. When others praise you, it feels good, yet you may not completely accept it. A part of you distances yourself from the flattery, afraid of the power and energy behind the words. That's why it's doubly important for you to acknowledge yourself. Today, give yourself a literal pat on the back and say, good job, for something that you've recently accomplished. And it doesn't matter what it is, pile one. Even if it is walking away from a toxic situation is powerful. Deciding to make a move from one place to another is also powerful. Leaving your job is powerful. And if you've been in a crappy place and you managed to get out of bed and have a shower and make yourself a cup of coffee, that's a victory. Give yourself a pat on the back. What you're honoring could be a very minor thing, but remember that every large achievement consists of many such tiny actions. Here we go, pile one. You see how these people are climbing up the different rungs of the ladder? It's one step at a time. Victory, your purpose, what it is that you want to create, moving forwards in life, it's one step after the other. If you praise yourself for each of these small steps, you'll feel more enthusiastic about taking the next one. So your thought for the day is, I pat myself on the back and congratulate myself for all that I've done. I deserve praise because even if my sights are set on climbing higher mountains, here we've got climbing the ladder, here we've got climbing a mountain. Isn't that beautiful? It's important for me to acknowledge how far I've come. I thank myself for getting through the tough times and for enjoying the easy ones. That's beautiful, pile 1. Just want to confirm that if you'd like a bit of a mantra for this reading to remember what you have received, the messages that you've received today, it's accepting challenges. Trust your inner resources. Trust your inner resources. Trust your inner resources. All right, pile 1, it's been an absolute pleasure and honor reading your cards for you. I do hope to connect with you in a personal reading if you'd like that. And if you haven't yet, do remember to comment, like, and subscribe. That way you're helping with the energy exchange and helping me be able to tap into your energy and give you more accurate readings when you do a pick a card here. Remember, your judgments are your own, so do trust your intuition. Especially pile 1, you've got it going on in that space. And I'm sending you a lot of love, and may you walk your right divine path of prosperity, love, joy, and freedom, and trust the direct guidance coming to you from the divine. And I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Bye, pile 1. Hello, pile 2. I do feel a lot of you have chosen this pile. I feel like this is the pile that's probably going to be picked by the collective. Welcome to the Priestess Sophia. If you're a returning subscriber, I am so happy to see you here. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for those of you who've booked personal readings. If you haven't yet and you'd like one, please do check out the description box. So pile 2, what I would like to say is, if you haven't watched the introduction, please do watch the introduction. It gives you insight into the vision of this channel, which I do feel is quite different to many of the tarot communities online. And if you haven't yet, do like and subscribe. It helps the energy exchange and it helps me read better for you, because you're giving your energy into this specific space and then I can tap into it, right? All right, so what I've done is I've already chosen the cards. So we're just going to jump right in. Heartbroken or confused? What do your angels or your guides or your ancestors, interesting that that's coming through. I didn't say that in pile 1. What do they have to say? Do let me know in the comment section where you feel this guidance is coming from. Remember, yeah, the Priestess Sophia, we're about you tapping into your own intuition and trusting your highest guidance. Okay, so which cards do you have? You have the Page of Wands, okay? You have the 10 of Cups. You have the 7 of Wands. You have the 2 of Cups. You have the Knight of Wands. You have the 3 of Cups. You have the 6 of Swords. And you have Death. Interesting. Okay. So we're talking about being heartbroken and confused. Okay, I want to just put the cards the way that they feel like they need to. Okay, pile 2. I'm going to just look at your oracle cards quickly. So we've got slow down to relax. That is going to be your mantra card. We've got risk, which is joy guides. We've got restriction, which is joy guides too. So joy is obviously very important. And then we've got balance. Okay. Okay, so the first thing that I'm seeing here, pile 2, is that there may have been a relationship or some sort of relationship pattern with, and look, the reality is, if you have not resolved your patterning in your relationships, they tend to play out. And what I want to say here is, I feel like this pile specifically has a tendency to choose lovers who are very Knight of Wands energy. So what this is kind of very player energy, right? So someone who comes in with a lot of passion, they're exciting, they're fun, they are there, they are with you. And this passion and excitement could be even something that you're very addicted to yourself, something that you're quite drawn to yourself, because there's some part of you that on some sort of level believes that this doesn't have to apply to every one of you, so only take it if it resonates, that believes that love is this super inspired, passionate, oh my God, my heart just started beating really fast, and this means that we're meant to be together. I know that's very alluring. It's exciting. And yeah, sure, definitely, you should have passionate connections in your life. But because it's also coming underneath death, there's some sort of transformation and ending of this kind of energy coming into your life. So what I need to say for you specifically, pile 2, is I feel that there may be some sort of addiction and really like attachment to that specific energy dynamic in your relationships. We have it here. Okay. And there may have been, if that's not the case for you, then there may have been someone that came in your life that was very, very passionate and very exciting and showed a lot of promise. And then it kind of just went, and it felt exhausting, actually. I don't see exhaustion here, but I am seeing restriction. So I feel like something sort of ended it. And we have the card of balance coming up here. Okay, and we have 7 of Wands, so I feel like there's some sort of boundary issue that's also being brought into effect here. Okay, so that's one sort of dynamic that's coming through. And I do feel for some of you that this person could have been someone that you met through a group of friends, at a party, at some sort of celebration, but also to be honest with you, I do feel that this is a person who, if this is a person that we're asking about, is someone that it may have been a third party situation. But what's very interesting in this reading specifically, I'm actually feeling that you may also be the person who is the person with more than one option. So there may have been this person and there may have been that person. There's no judgment around it. We're just reading the energy of the cards. Either way, I feel like I'm just like when I'm talking, I feel like I just need to breathe a bit. Either way, there's some sort of like blah, 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 yes, sort of energy. And then I'm tired after that. Because even here we have Page of Wands, which is also a lot of sort of fire, fast energy, but it's not sustainable. And I feel like this is, funny enough, I feel like this Page of Wands is you. I didn't feel that with the previous reading because there was a Page of Wands there too. I do feel that roundabout, I don't know why I'm saying the 17th minute. Do tell me if this resonates for you, depending on who you are listening to this. Roundabout the 17th minute, I do feel like there may be a message for some of you. Okay, so there's a tendency here to rush into relationships without actually maintaining sort of boundaries and maintaining your values. I feel like there's a very strong desire for you to want to have a happy family and be in a very happy dynamic. I also feel that for many of you who are watching this reading, that you yourself may even have a family as well. I see that here too. I feel like there may have been an upset and an end in this family dynamic and a change in this family dynamic, which has caused you to sort of move. We've also got this end here, and that there's some sort of new freshness that needed to be created. And that could be the situation, because around this partner of yours who's very, lots of fiery energy that doesn't necessarily last, and may have even, for some of you, cheated on you. But that's not everybody. I do also feel for some of you, it could be that you may have had a passionate affair with someone that was fun and that was great. But what it was it was fun. It wasn't necessarily long lasting. So I had to explain a lot of this situation, and I feel like it's so that you can understand the dynamics that's going on here. All right, so the message from your guides is really what needs to happen is looking at that dynamic that I've just mentioned, this dynamic of being sort of drawn and like addicted to this high passion, high energy sort of interactions. I want to ask you, pile 2, what is it that you are avoiding in yourself? I feel some of you may even, and this could be triggering, may struggle with either overthinking, some sort of depression. There is no judgment around this. This is just so that you can understand for yourself. And some sort of doom and gloom kind of thinking around things. And I feel that as a way to avoid that and how that exists for you mentally, there may be a desire to draw in a lot of this kind of energy as a distraction. But what I'm feeling that your spirit guides want you to say is that what you really need to nurture and nourish and look after is your mental health. Your mental health in this group is a priority. I feel like there's been an avoidance around that. And it's interesting because we've got these little cherubs here, okay? And I feel like what your angels are trying to say to you is you need to treat yourself like you're a little cherub, like you're a little baby. And your inner child, your little baby self needs some pampering and it needs some attention. And it also wants to laugh and play. So I feel instead of going into the kind of usual pattern, because I feel like this could be the pile who very much likes to get involved in relationships as a way for fun, you got to find other ways of fun. You got to take the risk of doing something. Like I feel like some of you want to surf. Like if you want to go surf, go and surf. I feel like some of you want to travel. If you want to travel, you need to give the things that you are seeking in relationship to yourself. So fun is coming through as a very important message right now. That's what's going to help you with this heartbrokenness and confusion that you're experiencing. Some fun is needed. Some sort of travel is needed. We've got this in both these cards here. We've got Six of Swords and we've got Page of Wands, which often speaks both of travel. Okay. What else? Your mantra card that is coming through is saying slow down to relax. Break to enjoy the beauty around you. I'm keeping quiet because I'm very interested in that moment when I was quiet, pile 2. What were you thinking? What came up for you? Remember here at the Priestess Sophia, we talk about your highest guidance, which is also listening to your voice, your intuition. Your intuition. So tuition is what are you being taught within? What are you yourself? What is your higher self teaching you? Let me know in the comment section down below. In that moment of silence, what did you hear? What did you sense? What did you feel? There's no right or wrong answer, but allow yourself to explore what's also coming up. I feel like you have very good friendships. Okay. We're seeing this with Two of Cups. Two of Cups, yes, a soulmate energy doesn't always have to be romantic. It can be your friends, can be your soulmates. And I feel that you're also being asked that instead of relationships, can I spend time with people who are fun for me, that make life fun for me, where I feel like there's celebration without that burnout afterwards. Celebration where I feel nourished. This is going to help you transform. This is going to help you feel young again. Because I feel like a lot of you have been feeling kind of exhausted, kind of tired. And I feel like what your spirit guides want you to do is get to that youngness, that youth within you. For those of you who have families, I feel like there's someone here with a teenager and then maybe an 11-year-old. Please let me know in the comment section if that resonates with you. You need to spend some time with your kids in a way where you allow your inner child to come out and play with your kids. I feel like who I'm speaking to, you may have had a tough situation. So someone's got a teenager and then a younger child. It doesn't have to be with those ages. Spirits just asked me to clarify that. But it feels like you need to go out. You need to go out in the open. Maybe some of you are thinking about going to Egypt. I don't know why that's coming up. Or going like sand duning, or really just being at the beach very much. But sand dunes are coming through quite a bit if we look at that. Maybe you've just recently done that. Maybe you've gone skateboarding with your kids. Do be careful when you do that, but do something fun. It's going to be good for your inner child. When you allow, your children can be very healing for you because they can show you where you've maybe gotten too serious about things. which is what I feel tends to happen here. It's going to be good for your mental health too. So I feel like exercise is also very important for this group. Get the body moving. Slowing down doesn't mean you have to do fast exercise. It can be fun for you. And then when we look at this card here, we're talking about balance. So I like to talk about this as red energy. Red energy is, we're looking at like the lower chakras, right? So we're looking at your solar, we're looking at your root, and we're looking at your sacral. So I'm feeling there might be for a lot of you healing in that space that's needed, because even when we look at these cards here, those colors are standing out quite a bit. You see that red, you see that orange, and you see that yellow. And I feel exercise is going to help ground you and just get in touch with those lower chakras also a little bit more. But what this card is also talking about specifically is really talking about balance. I feel like your mind has either been on a lot of relationships or analyzing your relationships, and you're avoiding the rest that your mind needs and what your emotional well-being needs. This card talks about finding balance in all areas, in spending time with friends, in focusing a little bit of time, spending time with work in a way that is healthy, spending time on relationships in a way that is healthy. I feel like there may be a bit of a tendency to get a little bit of obsessive in one space here in your life, and it doesn't always have to be relationships, but I really do strongly feel that that is what it is here. So your mantra is break to enjoy the beauty around you. If that's too complex, slow down to relax. Slow down to relax. I feel like what's very important for you is going to be to connect with the heart chakra a bit more. Being too stuck in the mental space, too stuck in the overthinking space, maybe even a little bit of anxiety. Get in touch with your heart. Get in touch with things that make your heart feel good. Get out there, be in the green. And if you can't do that, just take 2 minutes to connect with your heart space, pile 2. I feel that's very important for you. All right, those are very beautiful messages. And just while I said that last bit, I do feel that there's a lot of love that's coming into your space. I mean, we do see 2 of Cups here. We see 3 of Cups here. We see 10 of Cups. If you are coming from a space where relationships haven't worked out, they are moving into that. If you're already in a relationship where it does seem like it's working out and there's potential for it, what I do want to clarify around what I said in the beginning, and that's for those of you who've stuck around until now, is that don't burn out a good thing either. Take things one step at a time. You don't have to push to make things work, because I do feel that there's sometimes maybe an expectation for too much passion, like it needs to be romantic. Think long term. Think what is balanced? Where do I feel more stable? Where do I feel constantly valued? Where are my values and what I believe in looked after and protected and nurtured? And if you are in some sort of situation where you're choosing between 2 people, I feel like that is going to be the guiding principle for you. That's not for everyone. That is a very specific message, and it's probably coming through again for a very obvious reason. Do let me know, or a very particular reason. Do let me know in the comment section how it resonates for you. I love hearing your stories and getting your feedback. Yes, very beautiful. All right, I feel like with your angels want to come through with a message, because I was getting a little bit distracted with the chimes outside, and that's often for me a sign that angels are around. Alrighty, so we're going to look at your daily guidance from Angels book. It's a book by Doreen Virtue. This lady is very interesting to me. All right, pile 2. What is your message? What is your message? Smile. 99 may be a very important number for you, standing out quite a bit. All right, let's read it. We've got scientists have demonstrated the many physiological benefits of happiness and smiling. The spiritual rewards are countless as well, And today we angels are asking you to focus on one of these, the boomerang effect that smiles have. When you smile, others can't help but mirror the same facial expression back to you. Even if their teeth don't show in a wide grin, you notice their eyes crinkle happily as they gaze at you. So interestingly enough, I feel like some of you will very much benefit, because while I was reading that, it's like, when last have you looked in the mirror and told yourself, I love you? I feel like you say I love you to everyone else, but are you saying it to yourself? And if you can take a step to today, go and just look in the mirror and say I love you and smile at yourself, that's you acknowledging you. That's you acknowledging you. Very important. Remember, the person you're always going to be with is yourself. That's one person you can't escape. That's one person you can't really take a break from. This human reaction is a God-given ability that we want you to capitalize on. It's a testament to the phrase, the more you give, the more you receive. Today, send someone a smile, including yourself, and see it magnified and returned to you. Feel great knowing that your grin will also travel through many individuals and have a domino healing effect as it goes from person to person. The benefits will always come shining back to you in countless ways. Okay, so your thought for today, I smile because there's so much to be happy about, even when I can't see it. My smile is the first step in the direction of happiness for myself and others, and is a gift that I release out into the universe for everyone's benefit. All right, pile 2. What I do want to say about that is, do remember, slow down, to relax. If there's anything that you do comment this, just as a reminder to yourself. All right, pile 2, it's been an exceptional pleasure reading cards for you. I do feel that other than the messages that have come through from your angels, your guides, maybe even your ancestors, do let me know where you feel like it comes from, and be curious about it. I feel like there's definite love around you already, in friendship for sure. And if there's a relationship that's there for you, that's there right now, allow it to unfold the way that it needs. And if that hasn't come into your space yet, I do feel that it will. But allow yourself to believe in your values and what is going to be sustainable for you. Alrighty, pile 2. It's been a pleasure reading for you. If you'd like a personal reading, check out the description box. And if you haven't yet, remember to like and subscribe. And pile 2, may you be eternally blessed. And I'll see you in your next reading. Bye. Hello, pile 3. Wow. These are the grounded ones. Very grounded energy coming through. Very peaceful. And I also feel like there's been a lot that has been said lately, but it's been necessary. So what's been said has been necessary. So in this reading, we're looking at why if you're heartbroken or confused, what is the message from your angels? Excuse me, I'm burping, and that's again, I feel like a lot of throat chakra stuff coming through, because you're the only pal that got 2 of these. I was literally going to pick one, and they were like, no, you need to take another one. Yeah, again, lots of throat chakra things coming through, a lot of things that actually had to be said. And maybe this is part of the reason you've clicked on this, because maybe you're doubting what you said and whether it was the right thing, and maybe it felt a bit uncomfortable to have said what you've said, or if there's something that is actually that needs to be said and needs to be felt and acknowledged, even if it's just to yourself. Remember, sometimes you just need to admit to yourself that someone effed you over, right? Or that you feel hurt. It's important that we acknowledge these things to ourselves, and that's coming through very strongly for you, pile 3. I would love to know. Please let me know in the comment section. Hallelujah. How does this resonate for you? Just these first few messages already. If that does, then I'm very interested to know who and how. All right. If this is your first time at the Priestess Sophia, welcome. Here we're all about you following your highest guidance, which is your intuition. I would advise, if you have been here before as well, hello. I love your support. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you for connecting with the energy of this channel and supporting this channel. And if you haven't yet, do like and subscribe, because that way I can read your cards better. But what I would like is, if you haven't yet and you've never done this before, please listen to the introduction, because that gives you an insight into what this channel is about. And I do feel like it is a bit different to other tarot communities. All right, let's get into your cards. So, we have 9 of Swords coming up as the first card. Upright or reversed? Upright. Okay. The next card we've got is the Devil. Interesting. I felt very grounded energy, but we've got very okay, then we have 3 of Hearts. Okay. We've got 5 of Hearts. Okay. That explains a little bit, maybe things that have been said that were. We've got the Hermit. Okay, pile 3. You might even benefit from watching all of the piles. The reason I say that is because you literally have cards that are in pile 1 and pile 2. Okay. 6 of Hearts. That's 6 of Cups. Queen of Hearts. Yep. You will definitely benefit from watching all the piles. This whole reading might just be about you. And I'm not even joking when I say that. All right. So, wow. Wow. You have reached a turning point in your life, my dear. Whoever you are. It is time to move on. If you have been wondering about whether you should move on from a particular relationship, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It is time. You have spoken enough about what you've needed to speak about. It is time to look after your heart, my sweetheart. It is time. Look at this is interesting. This deck looks specifically at, I don't even know why I want to say that. I wanted to say this deck looks specifically at the heart chakra, which is not. It's like this reading is about the heart chakra for you. Because look at these are cups cards, but they come up as hearts here. This is about your heart chakra. If that resonates, do comment down below. I would love to know. If you can take a moment to put your hand on your heart chakra or on your heart itself and just connect with that heart. I feel like it is so important for you to do right now. Pile 3. We're done with the heartache. So what I'm feeling here is someone's cheated on you. Someone's lied to you. Someone's betrayed you. Someone's acted in a space where they were really not acting in integrity. And this is what I'm getting from these cards. It has caused you a lot of anxiety. You've been overthinking about it. And the reason why you're in this anxiety around it is because you are spending, it's almost like I feel like you're kind of making excuses for this person. This person, that's not what you should be doing. You're not here to make excuses for someone else's behavior. I feel like this person may have promised you some sort of, and for some of you this is a past person, right? And you might be thinking about, this is a past person that's also coming through. And if there are new relationships that you want to bring into your life, it's because you need to, the reason this is coming up again is because this is not cleared yet. Sometimes you can still hold on to the hurt. What I'm feeling around here very much is you see these broken hearts. You need to open up that heart and let the love and the hurt and all the gunk that is still sitting there, it must flow out. Get it out. It's so important. Your guides are coming through so strongly with that. Do not get sucked into the lure of trying to justify someone else's crappy behavior. I mean, we've got devils and 3 of cups here. This is a person who's I just want to say, this is a liar. This is a manipulator. This is someone that whoever you're asking about, this is someone who plays mind games. And very lustful, very lascivious. And if that's not the situation with you, but I do feel very strongly that it is. I feel like this person has made you wait. And you've been waiting. And you've been hoping that this person might come back to you. But no. I feel like this person could also have an addiction to drugs and alcohol. There's no judgment around it, but it's also very likely relates to childhood issues around their mom. Maybe they've felt abandoned by their mom. They might say that their mom is the most amazing person in the world, but their mom might have had some sort of negative behavior or a pattern themselves that may have not been very good for them. So just be careful. So I would just be wary of rushing into anything here. If you are, like I said in the beginning, I feel like you need to learn to start walking away from heartbreak. So you might also be this person, if there's a person that you're asking about, and it's not necessarily just situations and energy that we're looking at, I feel like what you need to understand is you are pulling in some sort of heartbreak kind of heartbreak energy, where you're constantly like recreating heartbreak because your heart wants to heal, and because your heart wants to kind of like express and release its sorrow and disappointment. But you're not giving yourself the opportunity to do that. And the way to do that, really, I feel like is, yes, like I said earlier, connect with that heart, but you need to allow this pause and this time alone. Time alone is what is needed for you right now. There's a lot that's gone on. There's a lot that's been said. There's a lot that's been thought. There's so much processing that still needs to happen. That trust the pause, trust the obstacle that's preventing a romantic relationship in the way that you want it to come into your life, or that's preventing the situation from moving forward. If there's a person that you're asking about and it's not really moving forward, it could be that the person that you're asking about, this actually relates to a past person. It very much feels like that. And if it's like you're feeling that the relationship is nearing its end, it's really time to cut it off. Okay, so we've got intuition. I did not look at the other people's. The other readings went differently. So this is a very strong reading that's coming through. Okay, so there we got deceit. Ha! Hello, pile 3. How much more evidence do you need? I know that I've actually had someone who commented on the channel who was very frustrated that I was so direct about things, but I'm not here to tell you, I'm not here to lie to you. That is not lying. Is this is something that I don't do. I don't do that, right? I'm not going to do that. Comment in the comment section, please, if you know that you know what I'm talking about here. You know what I'm talking about, pile 3. You know, person, you know. It is time to remove those masks. It is time to listen. Your gut's been telling you about this person. Your higher self is coming through. Why do you think you clicked on this reading? Please, no more. Don't do this. Sometimes we need like hugs and kisses and stuff, and poof, I'm sending that all to you. But sometimes we also need to be firm with ourselves and be like, no. This card talks about people around you are not taking your interests. They don't care about how you're feeling. Your angels do. See, they're there. That's why they're telling you this. But you need to be mindful. What's going to help you, pile 3, is to listen to your gut feelings a little bit more. I do feel like for a lot of you, there may be a bit of cording in the solar plexus, because look here, we've got this yellow energy coming up too. You see? I feel like there's cording in the solar plexus, and the heart chakra also needs some healing, because we've got pink, 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 pink. The heart chakra can also be pink, and then we've got green here as well. So connect very much with the heart, and there's I think I mentioned mind games, control, manipulation is going on in a very strong dynamic. This needs to be stopped. So you need to maybe do some cord cutting ritual around that, if that resonates for you. If that doesn't, I would suggest, if that's kind of not healing modalities that you're into, then look up manipulation and emotional manipulation. You need to read about that and understand the psychology behind it, so that you can see how it is playing out for you. Your guides really want you to know that. Okay? You need to take time out for yourself. And if you do that, this card is the card of joy and happiness. Your angels are saying so strongly, your happiness should be the priority right now. Your happiness. Okay? I do feel like this is very, I'm getting lots of single energy here. I don't feel like you're in a, there's a person, and like maybe there's a person, but I don't feel like it's official, right? Let me know in the comment section if that resonates. That's going to help you wake up to yourself. I feel like there have been revelations. Remember in the beginning of this reading, I said there were things that have been said or things that are not being said. What needed to be said, and what you are saying to yourself as well. That is your higher self coming through, trying to give you a realization about this situation. Please listen to this. Okay, so you got 2 cards. Deep. We are healing here. Beautiful beings, we are healing. If you are going through a tough time right now, you know what? I want to tell you, do not be afraid of your past and your hurt and who's ever hurt you. You've got to be, I almost want to say, like, there's nothing wrong with you, okay? If you've been hurt, it's not because you are the problem, okay? Yes, you need to realize where you are contributing to the problem, but you are not the entire thing. Does that make sense? That is how you move forward. Okay, I feel like some of you may still be sitting because we've got 6 of hearts. So this is 6 of cups. This could be relating to past, like, deceit, past pain that is still like filtering its way into your life now. And it could have to do specifically with something that happened to you when you were a child, because this is coming through quite strongly. So it's like past energy. And there's a situation that this could relate to, but I feel like there's a particular dynamic for you. Maybe you have a bit of a narcissistic mother, or a mother who has narcissistic tendencies, or another parent like that, but I am feeling very mother energy. I do also just want to say I'm feeling a very strong narcissist energy in this pile too. And I'm seeing when I see that card. So if you're wondering, I don't make a diagnosis, and I don't even like doing that because it's such a strong thing to do, because it takes 2 years of evaluation to actually be able to diagnose someone with NPD, narcissistic personality disorder. So I'm rather going to say someone who has traits like that. But this is someone who is not, I mean, if we look here, there's a mask and there's a mask. I don't feel like this person has not been their true selves with you. And I also feel like you've been hiding, like, are you choosing relationships because they give you some sort of security, and it's a false sense of security? I feel like you're a very vulnerable person who needs to really nurture what happened to you as a child. Whatever happened to you as a child could be playing out in this dynamic too. Because this is the card that brought up all of those messages, is transform memories and symptoms, ending a trauma. So what I want to say to you is your guides really want you to get to the core issue. You see how that light is showing up there? It's like it's almost pointing. There's some core issue, and from that core there's like a pattern that's playing out. If you can see the card, you'll see that there's a whole lot of patterns playing out with this card. This can heal. This will heal. It wants to be healed right now. This is your sign. This is the opportunity for you really to take the reins here, to release, to let that heart open, to let out that pain. And then we've got here self-creation. See what I just said? Be the author of your own life. This is why I'm saying I feel like some of you, that this pile, there's a tendency to maybe like find security in relationships. Not anymore now. Now it's about really trusting your inner resources and trusting what this fresh young child inside of you knows. There's a pure aspect in yourself that you need to connect with and ask. Your inner child is going to tell you some very deep stuff, my dear. Please let me know in the comment section how that resonates. Wow, pile 3. Your angels are definitely with you, and they're holding you at this time. That's coming through very strongly as a channeled message. That's what I felt in the beginning too. They're coming in. They want to know that this time alone, even if it feels dark, it's you finding your light in the dark. And that's how you heal, right? Until you're not afraid of the dark anymore, because you know that there's a light within. Look at that. Okay? Because there's the light within. If it resonates, ooh, look how beautiful that is. Oh, how gorgeous. This is my favorite reading. It's an intense one, but it's my favorite one because when we hit these hard spaces, we're moving. Something's transforming here. You see that light there, and you see how she's holding that light. Get to the core issue. Get to the root issue, person. Once you find that root issue, you're going to have power over this. You're going to reclaim your power. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. All right, pile 3, let's see what your angels further want to say to you around what you need to hear right now. What do they want to say? What do they want to say? Here we go. Set healthy boundaries. I love how we can't make these things up. Okay. You're a sensitive, loving, and considerate person who would never want to hurt someone else's feelings. Oh, you're an angel on earth, and we heavenly angels ask that you extend the same caring and thoughtfulness toward yourself that you do to others. Pile 3, tell me you're hearing this. Today, we'd like to work with you on setting healthy boundaries for yourself. This doesn't mean rejecting or avoiding other people. You'll simply create a clear understanding of what is and isn't acceptable to you in any relationship. This is especially important if you've felt used or as if you've been treated unfairly by others. While it's possible that people are deliberately taking advantage of you, it's more likely that they don't realize how you feel. Okay, remember when we spoke, I said there's something in the throat chakra. Either something's been said or something needs to be said. So the throat chakra is connected to your sacral chakra. Because in order to live your truth, you need to understand how you feel. Because feeling is very subjective, as is your truth. So you're not going to know what your truth is unless you really know how you feel, beautiful being. Setting healthy boundaries then involves being honest with yourself and those around you, which is an expected and normal part of any relationship. You can express your sincere emotions with the same sensitivity and love that you accord others right now. They'll respect your truthfulness, and you'll set a healthy example of how to take good care of yourself. When you're straightforward with other people, you feel happier being in their company. Your increased joy is a true gift to yourself and your loved ones. It's a blessing to the world. Beautiful. So 271, I think, is going to be that. I wasn't really looking at numbers in this reading, but for you specifically, pile 3, 271, if you see that anywhere, those are your angels coming through and saying, hey, honey, we're here. And 271 adds up to, that's a 9, that's a 1, there's a new beginning here. And 10, which is the 10 that comes up when you add up all these numbers. 1 and 0 is often like the universe really wanting you to start afresh. So like clean slate, right? That may resonate with some of you. So your thought for today: it's safe for me to say no to requests that don't feel right. Respect those boundaries. You don't have to say yes to everything. When I honor myself, take that time. When I honor myself, other people respect me too. I have the right to my feelings, whether or not everyone agrees with them. Ooh, powerful. I am honest with myself and others. Beautiful. Pile 3. Love this reading. All right, so I felt when I drew these 2 cards that some of you are going to resonate more with this, which is ending a trauma, transform memories and symptoms. So transform memories and symptoms would be your mantra. And some of you are going to be the author of your own life. So self-creation. Be the author of your own life. Let me know in the comment section which one resonates the most for you. This has been such a privilege and an honor to bring through these messages from your higher self, your guides, your ancestors. Let me know who you felt it came from for you specifically. And it's been such a great pleasure. If you'd like to go a little bit more in depth and find more practical steps that are going to help you and what you need to focus on healing specifically, do check out the description box for a personal reading. I'd love to read for you. Specifically, really love to read for you. And yes, if you haven't yet, do like and subscribe. I appreciate your support in this channel. It also enables me to tap into your energy. And as Lumiere likes to say, let me know if you do. I love her readings. It's a great way to support free tarot online, right? Excellent. Really lovely reading for you. Sending you so much love. Sending love. Beautiful, loving, healing energy. May your angels and God be with you. God, Source, the Divine, Allah, whichever resonates for you. And trust your heart. Listen to that heart a little bit more. And be gentle and kind and loving with yourself, Pile 3. I really look forward to your next reading and hopefully even seeing you personally. May blessings be bestowed upon you and lots of healing energy to you. Bye, Pile 3.